Hey, today's Bible reading devotion is found in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. We read in 1 Samuel 15 the specifics of Saul, and he is king over Israel, and how God has commanded Saul and the Israelites to go and kill all the Amaleks, every single one of them, and not only that, but to kill all their livestock. And so the Israelites go in, and Saul, led by Saul, and Saul goes and they destroy all the Amalekites except for one. They save the king Agag. And then as Saul and the people look at the livestock, they see the best, the choice of all those, and they decide to spare them. They automatically go into just seeing with their own eyes, oh, we need to keep this, and disobeying the command of God. And as Samuel approaches Saul, and as Samuel comes, the prophet Samuel comes and comes in discussion with Saul and the people, Saul is confronted with Samuel saying, hey, what is that bleating? What is that noise of those animals that I hear? And Saul says, well, the people made me keep them. And Saul, being the king, is looking at a scapegoat. He's looking at a way just to blame those around him for his disobedience to God. And Saul is trying to justify why him and the people kept the king alive and why they kept these animals alive. And Samuel says this in verse 22. Has the Lord as much delight in sacrifice as he does in obedience? Man, what a great verse. Because I think sometimes as God's people, we try to say we sacrifice. Man, I'm doing all this for the Lord. But yet, sometimes we do all those things in disobedience to what God has truly called us to do. And as Samuel is telling Saul here and saying, yeah, you look at all these choice animals that you have kept alive and you thought it was a good thing because you could sacrifice them to the Lord, but yet the Lord has commanded you to do something completely different. And the Lord always delights in obedience. Now, Samuel is not saying that sacrifice isn't worth it. He is not saying that at all. But he is saying that obedience to God outweighs anything that we could ever sacrifice. Anything that we in of ourselves think is wise, that we think is far outreaching the obedience of God. And so Samuel comes to Saul and says, Saul, why have you done this? Why have you gone against the word of the Lord? Why have you been disobedient in your actions? I want to challenge you today to seek out the importance of being obedient to what God has called you to do. God has called each and every one of us with specific tasks each and every day so that we can listen to the Holy Spirit and that we can truly be obedient to him. May we, as God's people, be obedient to the one that has called us to himself.